Hello, I'm Super Orange Cat, and here I am today with a new Rick and Morty quick review. The episode I just watched was the fourth episode of season 4, and in the basic premise, Morty gets a dragon from Rick, and in the B plot, Jerry has adventures with a talking cat. Now, I thought overall this was a great episode, and let me go into some of the reasons why. Let's start with the main plot, that being the thing with Rick and Morty, with Rick promising Morty a dragon and giving him one and to have the dragon not really bond well with Morty, not really like him, and to him bond with Rick on a spiritual level to the point where they literally become spirit buddies. And because they're spirit buddies and it's illegal for a dragon to be spiritually linked to multiple people, the wizard came and took him to execute him. And it started this interesting gag throughout this whole episode where, like, dragons who can bond with more than one person were referred to as slut dragons and how it became more and more sexual over time. I thought it was a hilarious gag from it to being just like more metaphorical. If the wizard like, oh, you have multiple riders to the slut dragons in the cave at the end who are actually having sex with each other, including one having sex with a woolly mammoth. I thought it was a pretty funny how it escalated, with it ending with the dragons, Rick, Morty, and Summer forming an orgy dragon to defeat the wizard, which is a concept in a sentence you can only ever hear used to describe an episode of Rick and Morty. So it's like, and overall, just it was more like classic Rick and Morty in the way where it was you would have a plot that just gets over time just more and more weird, and it's just like something that I really loved watching. Now go on to the B plot. Not much really happens in the B plot, and I think it's by design it was that way. Basically, Jerry finds a talking cat. Talking cat convinces Jerry, without telling him why, to take first class seats to go to Florida. And it turned out the cat just wanted to have fun in Florida on the beach and to interact with people, which resulted in him shunning away Jerry and then eventually being shunned away by the jocks, by the people who were partying in Florida. And then I'll have them ultimately being taken back by Rick at the end of the A plot, where Rick's like, "Oh, Jerry's been texting me this whole time. He's with a talking cat at the airport." So they take him back and have this gag with at the end. It's like, "Okay, why are you a talking cat?" And it's like, "Let's see why you're a talking cat." And this is never shown to us, but it's just something apparently horrific to the point where it made Rick shudder. So if it's something absolutely horrific to the point where Rick is taken aback, that just speaks volumes. And I thought that was just pretty funny. And especially the funniest part was how this is never explained what specifically it was, which adds even more to the intrigue of that scene. And in general, like I said, I think the brevity, the shortness of the plot, only really taking about 3 to 4 minutes of screen time helped it work, because even almost admits that there's very little material to go on, where it's like, oh, it's a talking cat that asks questions to the point where he becomes not palatable, and that really being it. And the show plays it that way, and it plays it straight, which I think helps build to the success of this B plot. And again, the A plot too, like I said, was a great A plot. I'll debate this was probably the best episode so far of season 4. Like, it's the episode that felt more like back to season 1, season 2 style roots of the show. And I absolutely loved it. What do you guys think? Did you love this episode as much as I did? Leave your comments, leave your opinions about this episode down below. Do you like this content? If you want me to keep reviewing Rick and Morty like this, please like this video, please subscribe, and hit that notification button. I am Super Orange Cat, and that is all.